Antonio Brown is a fascinating individual. A few years ago, all things considered, Ab was among the top wide receivers in the whole NFL. Welcome back, it's your host Nancy Brown. If you are new here, make sure you have subscribed to our YouTube channel. But in the end, his antics both on and off the field resulted in his complete removal from the game. Not a single team wants to take a chance on their team dynamic by adding him. As a result, Brown has sought for new ways to generate income. With example, he is currently a musician and plays with Kanye West's Donda Sports Group. The former NFL player recently appeared with Tia Kemp, Tokyo-Toni, and Carlissa Saffold on The Aunt T Show.
When a nigga can't dance, you can't fuck.
You a demon,
So you just...
As you can guess, for a large portion of the proceedings, the antics were at a whole new level. Many fans were enthralled with the wonderful episode, but one scene in particular really sticks out.
Let me tell you why. Because he want to penetrate this shit.
Brown was discussing his sexual prowess with Toni. That's when she stated you can't be excellent at sex if you can't dance.
Look how he looking at the pussy. Get from between my legs.
The podcast presenter went on a full-blown rant as a result, and Brown was left to sit there, seemingly in shock at what he was hearing.
Miss Carlissa, you want to
No,
switch
you
with
not. You
Tokyo?
gonna sit
Tokyo,
right-
come on
Come
this
on
side
up
right
here.
here.
However, there was a particularly popular video where he began rapping to them, and Tokyo was not amused at all. She stood up to twerk and said to the new father,
We all
That's
laid
boring.
back like
Shut
factory.
the fuck up next.
he then performed a short dance for them, which was entertaining in and of itself because they didn't seem to be very impressed.
What the fuck is that, AB?
Wait,
Nevertheless, you can find out for yourself what else these quartet got up to when the entire show airs on the Zeus network this Sunday. But whether or not they stage these things for greater participation, things aren't always as naive and lighthearted on the Aunt T podcast. Tokyo, in a recent episode of the show, Toni and Carlissa Saffold nearly got into a brawl, apparently during a break.
Got one more time to say something to me, f***ed up.
I'm gonna beat your motherfucking
Beat
ass.
your mother-
Currently, Tokyo-Toni and Carlissa Saffold co-star on the same show, Aunt T. In addition, Tia Kemp, who has emerged as a solo celebrity in recent months, appears on the show. The show has been a great success overall, and each and every guest that has appeared has been successful in some way. Zeus Network is clearly like what it is witnessing so far, even though the show is still getting its footing. Unfortunately, it appears that Toni and Saffold are having a problematic chemistry problem.
I'm not the one,
Y'all
Tokyo.
better check this bitch.
I'm
I'm
not the
evil.
one.
This past weekend saw the premiere of the most recent episode of the show, which starred none other than the amazing Big Freedia. Nevertheless, a developing rivalry between Saffold and Tokyo-Toni that nearly resulted in physical altercations was impeding the show.
Come on, aunties, now we gotta make this work. We ain't come here to be conflicted with each other.
Security had to intervene as the two began yelling at each other. The two were fighting in front of their guest in a different film, and it seemed like the on-set turmoil was upsetting her. Supporters rallied around Carlissa Saffold. Some even went so far as to say that Tokyo-Toni ought to be kicked off the show completely because she keeps talking over other guests. What will happen to all of this is yet unknown. We are aware, meanwhile, that this will boost Zeus Network ratings. Hopefully, the two can sort things out and carry on with their friendly collaboration.
I'm excited about the guest today. I got a lot in common. I feel like
It looks like it will be a fiery edition. Additionally, it appears like Mama D will be a special guest on the show. However, prior to her appearance, Blueface's mother posed a really murky issue which they will undoubtedly address regarding Dee's propensity to discuss her son Lil Scrappy's private matters.
am I as bad as Mama D? Am I in my son's business?
Blueface's mom Carlissa Saffold asked on the podcast, which her co-host disagreed with.
Oh,
Bad
no,
as
nobody's worse than Mama D.
I mean, I see the people in the comments that, she want one of our seats.
So, we might have to watch this. We might have to watch her. You don't read the comments. You doing all this and you ain't reading the comments. Girl, you got to be reading your fans. You got to be reading what's going on, what the people want. You FK around, and she'll be sitting in that seat. I'm excited, let's bring Mama D out.